Hi there, welcome to www.highschoolmaths.co.uk. Today we're going to be looking at compound interest. So compound interest is all about calculating percentages over a repeated period of time. So we've got a few examples here and another example on the next page that we're going to go through. They all follow a very similar pattern. We're going to look at the quick way of calculating compound interest. There are slower ways that you can use as well, but this would be the way I would recommend you attempt a compound interest question if it came up in your exam. It saves a lot of time. So the first example, a car depreciates in price. That depreciates means goes down in price by 14% per annum. So the initial price of the car was £23,295. How much is it going to be worth after 6 years? So here we're looking at a few key things. The initial value of the car was 23,295. It goes down, depreciates by 14% per year. That's what the word annum means. And we're looking at over a period of 6 years, how much will it be worth at the end? Okay, so what essentially we're doing at the end of each year, the car is going to be worth 100% minus the 14%. Okay, so it's going to be worth 86% of its starting value at the beginning of the year at the end of each year, but we're doing that for 6 years, so that's 0.86. Okay, so for 6 years, we're going to calculate 0.86 of their initial price each year, and the quick way of doing that, rather than doing 0.86 times times the value, then doing 0.86 times the new value, 0.8, you can see that's going to get a bit repetitive. So we're essentially just multiplying by 0.86 6 times, so 0.86 to the power of 6. And we're going to multiply that by the original amount, 23,295. And that'll tell us how much the car should be worth at the end of those 6 years. Okay, and one of the things you're going to have to learn here is how you input power 6 into your calculator. It's going to be different for different calculators. Some calculators will have a little power button. Specifically, some calculators will write it as a y to the power x. Some might just have an arrow pointing up the way. So every calculator will be different. So just have a look out for the power button. If you do 0.86 to the power of 6, then press equals, it should give you 0.404567,235. That's how you know you've typed that in correctly. And then we're just going to multiply that by 23,295. And that gives us 9,424 pound and 39 pence if we round it to the nearest penny. Quite common when these questions come to the exam, you'll be asked to round to the nearest penny, nearest pound, nearest significant figure. So watch out for that as well, mixing into the question when you come across your past paper and exam type questions on this. Okay, let's have a look at question 2. So a pen appreciates. So appreciates means goes up in price. So here we're going up in price by 5% per year for a period of 3 years' time. And it originally cost 2,500. How much is it going to be worth now? Okay, so we're going to take that again, 100% in starting value, add on the 5% this time because it is going up in price or value, 105%, which would be 1.05 as a decimal. And the 1.05, we're going to multiply that over a period of 3 years, so to the power of 3, multiplied by the £2,500 starting price. And again, just type that into a calculator. And that should give you 2,894 pound and 6 pence, if we round correctly. So 2,894 pound and 6 pence would be how much the painting was worth now. Okay, so let's have a look at another question. This one time we're looking at kind of a loan, which is a really common question on this. For this is a question, we're assuming that we're not paying anything back on the loan over the period of time. So we're just looking to calculate the interest directly on the loan with no payments. So same kind of thing. We're going to highlight the key parts that we've got here. So we've got a loan of £5,000 at a rate of 3.5% per annum over a period of 5 years. Okay. Now, when you're talking about interest is always going to be added on, whether it be a loan, whether it be savings, the interest is always going to be added on. So when we start off this question, we're taking 100% starting value, and we're adding on 3.5% per year, per annum. So it's 103.5%. And convert that into a decimal. This is a decimal percentage, so don't get the two mixed up. We still have to convert it into the decimal. So dividing by 100, 1.035. Okay, we're moving the decimal point 2 places back. So 1.035 is our decimal, and we're going to do that for 5 years. So 1.035 to the power 5 multiplied by the original amount of £5,000. Okay, so 1.035 to the power 5 times £5,000 gives us 5938.43. Again, just rounding to the nearest penny or two decimal places for money, unless it specifies otherwise in the question, which is not done here. Okay, so the difference with this question is it asked us to calculate the interest. Okay, so if we look back at the top, calculate the interest was the question. We have actually calculated how much you would owe in total at the end of the 5 years. But we've still got to the question just wants us to figure out what the interest is. So we've got to take off that £5,000 loan. Okay, so we've got to do a little extra step here. 5938.43 minus the £5,000 loan, and that'll tell us how much extra, how much interest you're actually paying on the loan. So it would be £938.43 would be the interest, and then you'd have the £5,000 that you originally borrowed as well. Okay, so that's compound interest. You can see that it's quite a straightforward method once you get the hang of it, and it doesn't take long to do. Quite often, it's one of the first questions that pops up in a calculator exam paper. So it's something that's well worth knowing. It's a really, really relevant real life skill as well. So hopefully you found that quite helpful. For other maths videos and resources, please visit www.highschoolmaths.co.uk. And if you like the video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And please remember and share the video. Thanks for watching. Have a mathemagical day.